discussed with anyone because it's like a special promo price just for them, which makes them even feel better about it. Like, whoa, I just got something, who doesn't want to get something extra special in the inner circle? So then the next 10 people, because you're going to get a lot of referrals, because remember, it's a law of reciprocity. You're giving them this, they feel like they owe you referrals because you're training them to be your billboard. So now, instead of clients that just refer you because they like you, they feel compelled like they have to. Okay, so really it is your human billboard marketing.
That's so powerful. It's such a powerful component.
I use no marketing tactics other than this to build $240 grand a year trading business for myself. Working like 20 hours a week. So the second people, you're just going to charge $35 a session for 3 times a week. And you can even say to them that this is your special human billboard rate.
Right.
Because your normal rates are like $65 and this is your special rate. And you could give them and tell them they can't tell anybody.
Sure.
What the rate was. And like I said, okay, so let's just break this down. Okay. Get all set up on EFT. Build a list, write down a list of 50 people that you know and their phone number. Use your human billboard call script to call them. Sign the first 20 people up for $15 a session, which is $195 a month, 3 times a week. Okay. The fifth step is sign the next 10 people up for $35 a session, 3 times a week, $455 a month. You do those steps and you're making $101,400 a year. Now, timeline. Look, I think if you're a heavy hitter, now if you're not a heavy hitter, this might take a whole month. But if you are a heavy hitter, in the first week you should have 20 people signed up. Because you should make those phone calls. I mean, just pick a day.
Hey, let me ask you a question. How, realistically, you've done this, and you've taught a lot of your trainers that I've seen do this. How many, I've got my list of 50.
Right.
50 names. How many calls can I burn through in a day?
Oh, all 50.
All 50, right?
Oh, yeah.
So I shouldn't just do 2 or 3.
No.
And that's a loaded question because I know a lot of people, not you guys, but a lot of people procrastinate. And my point being here, you got the 50, start dialing for dollars.
The biggest thing is momentum. If you do 2 or 3, I mean, this only works. This is like one of those like blitzkrieg assault, and you gotta jump on. You gotta get those first 20 people in a week to build momentum. Like it's gotta what it's gonna do is it's gonna bring excitement into your program. It's gonna bring talk and buzz, and it's gotta all happen fast. You gotta just make those phone calls, get those people in, sign them up, make the money. Plus yourself, you're gonna see all this money coming in. You're gonna be like, holy crap! There's another $3,900 a month that I didn't have. Oh my gosh! What would an extra $3,900 a month? You can go buy a Ferrari or something. I don't know, or just invest in whatever you want to do.
If you're Sam, you buy another Ferrari.
Yeah, if you're Sam, in the Sam, one of your clients, right? Dude. So, what I would do, man? Do it in your first week, in the first day, actually. Just say, hey, today I'm going to get 20 people signed up, all right? And then give yourself a whole month, maybe 2 months tops, to get the next 10 people at $35 a session.
And that's really fair. I mean,
totally
you get those 20, what is it, 20? You get those 20 on board at $15 a session.
Right.
Now you've got 60 days, essentially, is what you're saying, to get the other 10 people on board at $35.
Yeah, but don't forget, you're going to have those 20 people heavily marketing for you because they owe you. I mean, so it's not even like you got to go out and find them. A lot of them are just going to come in through these people.
Now I'm going to go on a limb here because you're doing this, so I'm just going to go on a limb. Is it safe to assume that these 20 people are pretty much going to stick with you forever because they're getting such a phenomenal rate?
And that's a great question. And the next question is, I think, that I've got from everybody is, when do I cut them off? They will stay with you forever. Well, I'll give you that answer.
Actually, a couple people emailed me.
Let me give you the answer. When do I cut them off? And here's the cool thing. Never. And here's the awesome thing. One, you're going to be doing group training. So you got to get out of the mindset that, oh my God, I'm going to be spending an hour to make $15. No. Whether there's 2 people in your group or 10 people in your group, you're making the same amount per month. You work a certain amount of hours per week. So you work a certain amount of hours per month. And the more clients you have, the more money you make per month. So don't get this hourly thing out. Secondly, here's what's going to happen. Some of them are just going to quit. Some of them are going to never show up, but you're still going to charge them.
Yep.
And they're never going to show up, but they intend to show up. So you're going to call them every week. I would always call my clients every week. I had a list of 80 clients. I would just sit down and I would just pick 1 hour on Sunday and just sit down and call every one of my clients and say, oh, hey, what's up? I can't wait to see you. You're so awesome. This is going to be great. This week, I'm going to call it total fat destruction vaporization or whatever.
Nice.
And I would just name every week. I would name it a week and say how cool it is and say how this week we're going to turn it up and go to the next level. And they get all pumped up. And most of my clients said that the one thing that I did that was so unique was that I called them every week. They just got that phone call every
It's a
week.
retention tool, right?
It's a retention tool.
Yeah.
1 hour, that 1 hour is leveraging your time. And Bezos always talks about leverage. Take 1 hour, that hour is worth, $100,000
Yeah.
guaranteed. Okay, so some of them will drop off, some of them won't show up, but they'll still pay you. And then the other ones will refer you a ton of people. And then you have some people that just come in and get great results. And let me ask you this. Whatever happened to just doing something cool? So what? So what if you got some people for hardly anything? What a great deed to do. I mean, geez, you can't do something nice for someone? I mean, gosh.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the funny thing. I got a couple of those emails, and that's why I wanted you to address that. You get those 20 people in at $15 an hour or a session, leave them at that.
Leave them, yeah.
They're your walking, talking billboards. Hey, they were your charter group anyway.
Yeah.
Let them enjoy that benefit.
Oh, you know what I do though? This is kind of cool. I use those billboards that have been with me for a long time, and I'll make them like my internal salespeople. So whenever I have a new person that's coming to my group, I tell them my billboards because they're almost like my free clients.
Yeah.
I would say, hey, this person's new. When I send you guys on a lap together, go ahead and sell me to them. So they go on a lap, and we got, Georgina, who's this like really pretty girl. She's talking to this guy that's like going to work out, join our group.
Oh, brilliant.
And she's going like, oh my God, when are you coming in here? You're so cool, and oh, this is the best training ever. Hey, are you going to come in 3 times a week or 4 times a week? Oh, this is awesome. And they would be getting sold by my clients. There's nothing more powerful than a client selling another client.
That's so cool.
So then I would just use them as my internal sales force.
Yeah.
So
now, let me ask you this. In the next 5 minutes, is there any nugget that's missing that I haven't asked that you'd like to share with my mentorship group?
I would. The one thing that I find working with just hundreds and hundreds of trainers and just having them come through my place, we have about 45 trainers at our facility, and just dealing with so many different people, the ones that make the most money, and by the way, money is good, and I find a lot of people in the healthcare profession, like, in not healthcare, but in fitness, when they're helping people with health and wellness, they have this internal mechanism where they think they equate making money as the opposite of helping people's health. And I say, I love money, I love helping people's health, and I love getting paid lots of money for helping people.
Sure.
You're giving a great product, and it's okay to enjoy making lots of money. Be proud of it. I mean, darn it, you deserve it.
I got to tell you, when I lived in my Toyota pickup, I wasn't reaching as many people as when I had several personal training studios. And today, now that I mentor and coach thousands of personal trainers, I think, and I make a lot more money, I feel as though I influence more consumers and more of the public than I ever have before. And there's a direct correlation. More of my money increases, the more people I influence via fitness. So that's a great correlation.
You even talk about like a Mother Teresa. She wouldn't be able to reach that many people if she didn't have millions of dollars backing her.
Right.
The more people you want to help, it takes money. So if you really want to help the world, make a lot of money.
Yeah, indeed.
Okay. So the other thing I would say is energy. Bring the energy, and when you do your group training, don't worry about setting it up. Find a niche. My niche is the biggest niche of all. It's people that just want to get lean, toned, and healthy. I don't take people that are obese. I don't take people that have like tons of injuries and they need like all this individualized attention. I don't take bodybuilders or certain athletes. You want to get lean toned, that's my group. So I just train them all in the same type of workout. I don't plan it out. I don't think about it. Have a loose plan. Have your go-to exercises. If I don't know what to do, run a lap and then do 20 jump squats and run back. And while they're running the lap, I'm going, what am I going to do next? Just keep them working, man.
I do the exact same thing, and that's really what works. At the end of the day, you said something on the call yesterday. They said they equate sweating with...
People equate something they can measure.
Right.
You could give them a boring workout that if they follow it, they'll get great results. But because they're not sweating, they don't think it's working, and all this stuff is emotional, the decision to come to the gym all the time. So if they don't think it's working, they're not going to show up. If they don't show up, they're not going to get the results. So if they show up, you make them sweat, just pouring sweat. It doesn't matter what order of things you do, what muscle groups you work. You make them sweat. You make the areas on their body that they want to work feel like they're sore the next day. They go, wow, I'm drenched. I must be getting results. That causes them to come in, and that causes them to get the results you want. Or they want, which is what you want to do.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Any last minute things in closing?
Just, if something happens to this video, I know for sure that it's these pesky guys out there that don't want this information getting to you. So get it fast, download it, and screw those guys.
Hey, I really appreciate you coming down today to my house to do this.
For sure, baby.
This is Bedros signing off. Take care. That's great.